just automatically concede if you lose for a certain amount of time. Do you agree to that?
I was AFK. Can you repeat that?
Oh my god. Do you agree to burden over joiner? Yes or no?
Can you repeat that? What that means?
Basically, let's say you leave the debate, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't join back by a certain amount of time, the debate you just automatically concede.
Okay. Yeah. I
Do
agree
you
to
agree? All right. And also, before we start, you also agreed to CSAP being used as the primary primary usage of scaling.
that. What could that mean? Like, you gotta give more context.
Do you not know what CSAP is?
Nah.
It's character stats and profiles. That's where you get all your scaling from. Least
It's a tiering
slow.
system.
It's tiering, bro.
Versus Battle Wiki?
Oh
We're
my.
not using versus Battle Wiki. I said CSAP. CSAP is just a slightly better versus Battle Wiki. No, I'm kidding. It's just a way better versus Battle Wiki. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, do you agree to CSAP?
Yeah.
All right, and yeah, you can go first.
Hold on. Let me pull up.
Who is this guy?
Oh, and also, what's your premise, by the way? What's your premise before we start?
That Heisei Godzilla beats Unicron.
All right, then my premise will just be Unicron one shots. So you can start on why you on trying to justify your premise.
Yo, Goji, I'm not gonna lie. You said that.
Shut up, Hyakustar.
Right. Hold on. Let me pull this up.
All right, guys, who's debating?
Right. So, right here, through the scan I'm about to show.
Where are you posting the scan at? In Scan's channel?
Yeah, in the scans channel.
Alright.
Says that he has regeneration of true godly, meaning that he can be brought back.
Can you justify how regeneration being true godly makes Heisei just beat Unicron?
It's just my first statement. Let me get to
No,
that.
I'm asking you to justify how regeneration means anything to Heisei Godzilla just beating Unicron.
Well, first of all,
Also, before we even do anything, justify how using a CSAP page is a consistent source,
What the fuck?
like consistent and a usable source that just doesn't look like shit.
right. So I can prove this. Well, I will not say prove this, but my word should supersede yours, given the fact you have no evidence that you exist as a person.
Can we justify how any of that is relevant to the topic of conversation? Can we justify that?
Because any real person with real world knowledge would supersede anyone without that naturally.
I don't see how any of this is relevant, so can you just get back to your scaling? Nice attempt, nice rat tactic though. That was very nice rat tactic.
Nice.
Wait, who do you guys have judging?
I mean, who do we? McLovin, you want to do this?
I can judge if you want me to.
Have Hyakustar do it.
I don't trust Hyakustar for a very
what?
Yeah. You don't have any basis to not trust him. Now just have him judge it. Yeah.
What, bro? I can judge, bro. Just let me judge. Do you
Yo,
agree
I
to
need
me, Goofy?
I need judge experience, bro. Come on.
Bro, you can watch me judge.
Yeah,
agree with me as judge,
Goofy, are you gonna justify anything that's put on you?
Wait, before you do, Goofy.
Oh, Goofy's gonna rage bait. I see.
What do you
Don't
mean
post
rage
your,
bait?
What?
don't post your
Goofy,
tactics in
Goofy,
scans
do you
channels.
agree to me as judge?
Yeah. And
Okay.
actually, can you prove that me saying I was gonna rage bait is a legitimate sentence, and that I genuinely meant that?
So,
Because
all
if
right,
not,
let's
I
see.
see no reason as why it's relevant.
Literally, Loki is telling you lock the fuck in, and then you just say, "I'm just about to rage bait."
I have no idea how this relates to me genuinely believing this. I asked you if you could prove that I genuinely meant this.
Technically, I shouldn't even be able to prove. Technically, I shouldn't even be proving this. The burden would still be on
Well,
you.
I mean, you're the
The
one
burden, the
in the
burden has been,
speaking
the burden
direct.
has been. No. Let me finish. Don't interrupt me. Weetard, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. But back to what I was saying. The burden has been on you since the first second. You have failed to justify anything I've asked you before you started going off on stupid existence thingy.
First of all, no reason to insult me. It simply makes you look more stupid yourself. Second of all, I do not understand why you're saying the burden is still on me when you clearly decided to interrupt my burden by making a claim stating I was just going to rage
What?
bait.
Whoa!
Furthermore,
What bird?
no,
What? Whoa!
don't
Whoa!
interrupt me.
Whoa!
Don't
No!
interrupt me.
No! So you're claiming that you had a burden to fulfill when you weren't fulfilling it?
Don't interrupt me. I quite unvaguely decided to be generous and explain this to you, and you still decided to interrupt me. So please keep your mouth
Whoa!
shut. Please keep your
Okay,
mouth shut.
can you justify what you were explaining? Because I didn't hear you explain anything.
I just said it as I was going to give burden before you decided to directly make another claim. Then I asked you to prove this claim, and you failed to do so yet.
I didn't hear you say you were gonna give a burden. I didn't hear you say that.
I was actually on my way to doing that before you decided to make another claim.
So I didn't really interrupt you. I just beat you to it. That's not really an interruption.
So what you did is you beat me to getting to another claim that since I'm not providing another claim, you now have to prove the burden for. As you forcing me to prove the burden.
I
No,
did
let me
post my
finish. Let me
evidence.
finish. Let me finish. You forcing me to do the burden on now what is a previous claim would be backtracking, and
A
since
previous claim that has not been fulfilled, by the way.
it should not have to be fulfilled. You
What
followed it up with another claim.
that I've provided evidence for and
You
fulfilled.
haven't
So,
provided any evidence to suggest why this is true, and that I actually plan on rage baiting.
all right, then what's this? What's this posted at 10:03 p.m.? What's that? Explain.
This could easily be hyperbole.
How is you just saying I'm about to just rage bait? How define how that be a hyperbole?
I could easily be referring to a one-off joke that I could be doing to you, or I could be referring to the entire debate. It's left vague, so there is no complete explaining of it. It's not a complete one-sided answer. It's completely dependent on how it's observed by who's looking at it. Therefore, it should not be relevant. which means your matter of proving the fact that I'm trying to rage bait made no sense at all.
I see you ratting.
I don't know.
I see rat tactics, but and also the fact you knew you were gonna lose, so you decided to do this stuff. So yeah, taken from the literal consistent evidence that I have gathered through the interactions that we've had before and during the debate, you're just going to try and rage bait me, just have your best shot at giving yourself a win. That's how I
Okay,
can tell.
that's has anything before the debate.
Honestly,
is not
guys.
very
Honestly,
relevant.
guys. Honestly, guys. Just need to go to conclusion.
Chart, if you force conclusions, I'm going to
I'm
actually
not
rage
forcing.
bait
Wetards
I'm
aren't
not
the
you.
even
judge,
judge.
bro.
You should
I'm
force
just giving
conclusions.
my own opinion. That's all. You guys can
Wetards,
still
dude.
debate.
Shut up.
I think, in my personal opinion, Retard is right.
I mean, I don't agree. I don't agree to conclusions since I haven't gotten my scaling.
Well, I mean, I already said you still failed to prove your existence.
And you can't justify why that's relevant. You can't justify why that's relevant.
I actually did justify why that's
No, you
relevant.
did. No, you didn't. Though you haven't
Yes, I did.
justified. You haven't justified. No, you haven't justified anything.
I already previously stated that a real person with real life experience, their knowledge would completely transcend someone without that, and therefore they would never be able to be capable of losing a
I don't
debate
see
with them.
how I don't see how this is relevant to the
Well,
debate.
it's because we are currently in a debate. So if I'm incapable of losing a debate to you, I should be winning the debate by default. Especially considering the fact that you
Okay.
did
So
not
you're
exist.
just so you're just ratting them. You're just using rats.
I don't know what you
Right.
mean. I don't know what you mean.
So can you once again justify how any of what you just said is important to the topic, the cross-verse topic that we are debating?
I've already explained this multiple times now.
So you're using circular definition.
No, you're just failing to understand.
I'm
Is
not
it
failing
like,
to understand
is this a
anything.
language barrier? Is this a language barrier we're
I've asked you
having?
twice to justify it, and you can't justify it. All you're doing is just going circular. So,
I actually did justify. I just repeated myself.
you admit you repeated, so you went circular. Simple as that.
No, you actually did. To
I don't
explain
see
it
how
again,
I
I'm
don't
not
see how
gonna
what
do
you
that.
said is a justification of anything. I just see it as a rat tactic just to try to give yourself a really good chance at winning, and I see right through it. Because I don't see how any of that is relevant, and you still yet to justify how it is relevant.
Okay, so how it is relevant? A real person would never lose a debate to a non-real person.
Can you prove that I'm not a real person? Can you justify I'm not a real person, by the way?
That would be reversing my claim and putting the burden of proof onto me. I already previously asked you to prove you that you are not, that if you are a real person and you fail to get.
No, you haven't. You're a liar then.
Yes,
You're a
yes,
liar
I
then.
did.
Because no, you're a liar then. Because the burden has been on you. That's burden shifting.
You already took the burden when you asked me,
No,
when you made a
no,
claim
I
that I was
didn't.
rage baiting.
That burden has already been
That,
fulfilled.
that, that,
So, and plus, you made a separate claim after that. So
that you ended up.
that I didn't exist and stuff like that. So, and
No,
you still
me
failed to,
claiming that you did not
my
exist
guy,
before you claimed that I was rage
you
baiting.
have failed to justify it, and you've gone circular.
I feel like you're just repeating what you're saying. Therefore, by your logic, you're also going circular because you've said that phrase multiple times now.
See, he's trying to.
Oh my god, bro. Can you just move on to something relevant, bro? Like,
We can move on to something
reincarnation.
relevant. Yeah, we can go on to my scaling.
I feel like this is okay. Continue with your scaling.
I haven't even started on my scaling, retard, but whatever. But yeah, I think Unicron would just be like would just one shot your character if I can find the scans for him. Since it's blatantly stated for absolutely one that the Transformers multiverse which is Unicron's verse, has infinite multiverses containing infinite dimensions. Infinite dimensions will just be high hyper.
Okay. Can you show the scans?
I just did.
In what channel?
Scans channel.
Last thing I see is Keta talking about Genjutsu.
Simon Tech, unbelievable.
Wait, so Goji lied about sending a scan? Oh my god! Wow.
I sent it in general. My fault. I was on general. Hold on, let me send it.
It seems like you're just incapable of telling the difference between two normal objects, but okay. So could you explain how exactly this just means, oh, there's an infinite amount of multiverses or whatever you stated?
The balance, hanging in the balance is the infinite universe and all the vast riot of creation. I don't think I should explain any of that since you could probably figure it out yourself. You should be smart enough to.
Okay.
Do you have any contentions with that?
So you've already shown, right?
That's only one part of my scaling, by the way.
Okay, continue.
Hold on, if I can find what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, his speed would also be immeasurable since it's stated he's equal in speed to Vector Prime, who's the guardian of time. Therefore, Vector Prime would just be above linear time. And via the scans with via Vector Prime scans and Unicron being stated to be equal to him, he should just be immeasurable speed.
Okay.
And by the fact he would be the guardian of time, he should be above time. Should be above linear time. If he's just the guardian of time.
Can you prove that being the guardian of something automatically means that you scale above it?
Can you justify why that would be relevant?
There's
Because I think you can figure it out by looking at the scan. You should be able to with the brain cells you have.
Well, I mean, in general, because there's plenty of examples of a guardian not being as powerful as the concept itself.
When on God's green earth did I ever mention the concept of time? When on God's green earth?
You just said that because he's the guardian of time, he should scale above it.
I didn't say scale, I said beyond linear time. And when I mean beyond linear time, I mean just being a measurable speed, since in order to be a measurable speed, you have to be beyond linear time. Like, are we not tracking?
Okay.
I think that's a tracking issue. Do you have any contentions to that?
I'm just reading through this.
Because right now your character is, I don't think your character has any scaling, and mine is high hyper with a measurable speed.
You still yet to prove that your argument is valid.
That's a new one. I don't.
No, it's actually not.
That's a new one.
It's actually
That's the first time you've ever tried to press me on if my
it's
argument is valid or
actually
not.
it's actually not. I already asked. I already asked you to prove on the
When did
fact.
you ask that? When did you ask that? I
It
want to know.
stems from the fact that I asked you to prove that you actually exist, and you failed to give me
Oh
evidence.
my god, this you see now you're backtracking. Now you're just backtracking. So
I
you want
mean, you asked me
you're
when I.
you're backtracking though,
You
dumbass.
basically asked me to
You're
back.
literally my guy. You're literally backtracking. We've already moved on. You understand this, right? Are you not
No, I
tracking?
understand that, but you essentially told me
So you essentially understand that you're backtracking and on a point that has been literally
you
disregarded. We
told me
moved
to
on
back
from it. We are on a completely different point. You
that
understand
you
this,
told
right?
me to backtrack on. That you told me to backtrack on because you
I
asked for
never.
an example.
Whoa. When? When did I tell you? When did I tell you that?
You asked me for an example of when I asked you to prove
Whoa.
that you're.
So you're just lying now. So you're lying.
No.
Yeah, I think you are because I never asked you. I never asked such thing.
You asked me. Oh, when did you?
You want to keep lying, buddy?
I haven't been lying this entire time. I've not said a single lie this entire debate.
Well, that's that. My licenses are going off. So yeah, that's a lie.
Can you prove that you actually have licenses?
Can you prove that I was being serious? Because I believe I was just being sarcastic. Of
Oh
course,
my
nobody
god.
has licenses.
Oh, so you admit that you just told me a lie?
Why would I be telling you a lie? I said I was joking.
Because you just
I was
lied about having
I was
licenses.
being sarcastic, dumbass. You clearly can't track.
Why are you adding sarcasm to what's supposed to be a serious debate?
I don't think this is serious. I'm not taking you seriously. That's
It's
the
not, what it
issue.
sounds like is that you're trying to deflect away from the argument to prevent
I don't
yourself.
I don't think so. I just think I'm not taking you seriously.
You don't think so. That's completely subjective.
My guy, you also understand I'm literally holding back for your sake right now. You understand this, right?
You're holding back for my sake, but then you just had to make up a lie. That the story
I
has
didn't make up a lie. I literally told you I was being sarcastic, then literally admitted. Of course we don't have the licenses. I told you I was being
exactly, so you
sarcastic.
admitted that that was untrue. So why should I believe
So I
that?
also admitted but I also admitted that I was being sarcastic. I wasn't being serious, so yeah, that completely throws everything out the window.
You weren't being serious in what's supposed to be a debate with a serious topic.
Yeah, can we move on now? Because I
No,
think my
no, 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 no. I think this is actually very
I
relevant.
think we can move on. I don't think
I
it's
think
relevant
this is
because
relevant.
I think that's just a little joke topic that nobody cares about.
And see, now you're trying to deflect away from the topic to prevent yourself from losing.
Yeah,
That's the definition of dodging.
we can go on to my scaling now.
We were already on your scaling.
All right, cool.
So, are you going to continue?
Let's see. Aha. And also, the Primus and Unicron are also stated to be from one being, like from like one entity. So therefore, Primus and Unicron would scale to each other. They should scale to each other.
Mm-hmm. They should. That doesn't necessarily mean they automatically would.
How would they? Why are we pre-assuming that when they literally come from the same entity, they would literally scale to each other?
Okay, me and my siblings come from the same entity, aka my mother. Does that mean me and my siblings scale to each other?
Can we prove that your mother is one entity and not just a human being?
We can prove my mother is one entity. Did you genuinely just
Can
ask me
can
that?
can you justify how that let alone can you justify how that analogy is relevant?
If two beings come from the same being, how is that analogy not relevant?
Since technically, if we're taking childbirth into context, two beings make one. This came from one makes two. Therefore, I don't see how that adds up.
So literally what you just said is you said two from one, and then after that you said one makes two. That
In
just
child,
sounds like
no,
that just sounds like a synonym for the same thing.
let me explain what I meant by that. The first one in childbirth terms, don't two humans have to make one child? Is that not right?
But by that logic, that means
Is that not right? Yes or no?
yes, that's right. That is
Okay,
correct.
so, and then what the scan here says, the one, which is basically God of the verse, if I'm aware, created Unicron, then subdivided its creation into two. The second being was Primus.
Okay, right. That would typically work, but then I already expressed siblings, not a singular sibling, implying that there is more than one. In this case, there's two beings.
Therefore, if there's more than one, they all should be different. But these are come from the exact same entities.
So you're saying that because they come from the same entity, they are the same entity. Hello?
Since you no, are we not gonna call out the fact he implied that there's multiple siblings, therefore they would all be different.
Yeah, all individual sibling would be different.
Okay, so you admit that, but I think I've justified how they're finish it. Hold on, let me explain. He literally alright. Before the dawn of time, order and chaos existed in a perfect harmony within a self-contained entity called the One. Eager to explore the infinite universe, the One created Unicron, and then subdivided its creation into two. Therefore, they do come from the same entity.
Okay, that's still you failed to prove how that wouldn't make my mother birthing children analogy, unless you're trying to say that they are individual entities that split from a singular one, which then therefore they would not be able to
I
scale.
mean, you implied that there was multiple, therefore they'd all have to be different. I'm implying that they
Okay, so it's either
I'm implying they were split from the same thing.
right.
I'm
This,
implying something completely different.
so that disproves the fact that they should scale to each other. You just put a
Oh,
whole
so you agree that they scale to each other. That's right.
no. I'm listening to your argument, and from what I'm getting from that, they don't scale to each other. It's either my mother analogy should be correct, or they don't scale to each other at all. And even if the mother analogy is correct, that still means they wouldn't scale to each other.
I don't I don't see how
Sounds like
you think
that
your
you just
mother
proved
analogy is
yourself.
correct when
What it
no
sounds like.
I don't see how your mother analogy is correct when they are being implied into two completely different examples. The implications don't add up, so I don't see how they should be
No,
taken
because
as consistent.
you were able to connect the ties because you said, "Oh, it takes two people to create two children." I said, "No, no."
I
Can
think
you
I
let me
use
finish?
basic knowledge.
Can you let me finish and stop being a caveman? Thank you. What I'm saying is that you were able to connect the ties between those, but then when I say multiple siblings, and now
And that
the
so
amount,
you
you
implied
let me
multiple,
finish.
therefore they're all different. You
Stop.
implied multiple. I didn't imply multiple. I implied that they were split from the same thing. That's where the analogy splits off. Therefore, it should not be taken as consistent. Dumbass.
Okay, but the only difference in the analogy is one
So you
extra.
can see. So you can see. So you can concede to that.
No, that's not what I said.
You literally said okay. Therefore, now you're trying to make a contention of
So
that. So
me
you said
saying okay and then transitioning I'm saying okay as to accept
What
what
are
you're
we
saying.
what are we transitioning to? Because I don't think we moved on.
Because you interrupted me like the monkey you are, and you would not let me finish, interrupting me as typical. As I was saying, the only difference in the analogy is one extra child. One extra child, while improbable, is still very, very likely to happen in the grand scheme of things. It's much more likely.
So now your analogy goes from multiple, which was more than one, to just one. Is that right?
Well, actually, my
Is that
analogy
right?
started. I actually started with siblings. I am a sibling, and I'm saying I have
Plural. That's plural. More than
siblings.
one. And now you're going into one child, so you're not even
I never said
using your
anything
analogy.
about one child. When did
You
I
just
bring up the one child
you
argument?
just did.
It sounds like you're I I don't know how
You
to
just
tell you
you
this,
just
but
you just did. What?
I just did. Can we get someone to can someone in VC to confirm this? Like when I said that?
We can go over the
Yeah,
rec. We can go over the
yeah,
rec.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure you said that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you did.
don't recall saying that.
yeah, you
Well,
did
or
say that.
whatever. Wait. Whatever benefits Goofy. Yeah, I agree.
Wait, okay. Well, so
Whoa,
shut up.
whoa, we talk. Why are you saying whatever benefits Goofy?
Okay,
Trying to
Because
go.
he understands the fact that in the
but
debate
both of
currently
you shut
I
up. Oh,
am right.
shut up. Okay, so if
That
what's
you're
being put into
losing, bro.
question,
He feels
if
bad
what's
for you.
being put into question is if he brought up some sort of argument to contradict your reasoning, and his
Who
argument,
brought up some sort of argument? Oh,
and if it included, him saying that one child was split into two beings, he never brought that up. That
oh,
never.
That's not
which
what I.
argument
That's
benefits?
not what I was. That's not what
Wait,
I was.
which
What?
one would benefit Goofy?
It's
Shut up.
Then I did not say that.
What are
Okay,
you?
yeah,
it's
you did
we
not
Bro,
is
say
it,
retard,
that.
stop
Yeah, I
being an
can
it
vouch.
agenda goon, bro.
bro.
Okay, Goji.
I'm just gonna say this
Goji,
is gonna be the
Goji,
case
just tell me
because
so I can confirm or deny. What are you asserting that he claimed?
I'm saying one child out of the 3 children I was referring to, not one
Okay,
child by
okay,
itself.
but I'm saying Goji. What or do you think he said?
I thought he just literally switched up his analogies because he was going with
He never analogy.
siblings as in plural, and I never heard him ever say one out of the three. I only heard one.
He specifically said multiple children, multiple siblings.
That's
So
more
I
than
think
one.
exactly. That's what his analogy is based off of. Okay, now continue debating, or just fucking go to
I
conclusions.
think it's alright if we just come to conclusions at this point.
I don't agree to that.
Yo, McLovin, bro, please do something. Oh my god.
wait a minute.
Hyakustar just wants me to lose so
No.
badly.
I mean, you're not concluding the debate. You're just concluding this point of Goji's AP scaling. By the way, Goji, where did you scale your character in AP again?
I hyperversal with a measurable speed.
Okay, let's double check it.
I mean, you still yet to prove that my analogy is wrong.
We're concluding the point on
Okay.
AP scaling.
Okay.
McLovin, who do you think's winning right now?
Let's-
Sorry?
So do you have any
Hyakustar,
further points? Do you have any
nah,
Yes.
further points?
Hyakustar finna spurg out if he says me.
Oh, that's not
Watch.
true. McLovin, just go ahead. Tell me.
No, I'm gonna wait for them to conclude first, since they want to
Oh,
conclude.
okay, that's fair, yeah. Okay.
I'm concluding on this point.
Yeah, so you have to give a concluding statement to
So
the
yeah,
point.
I think I won on this point via the fact I actually gave sufficient scaling, and he has like no scaling. Therefore, his character would just be like 0D.
My conclusion on this point is that he's yet to prove his scaling would have any general meaning due to the fact that neither he nor his character have been proved to exist because he's not to prove to exist and he's arguing for this character.
Okay, I'm giving this point to Goji. That's a complete red herring, by the way. You never brought that up.
Uh,
Also, I don't think you ever like properly brought into question or give an explanation for why his scaling was like logically fallacious or it didn't follow.
McLovin, we
So
can
you can move
debate
on to your scaling now.
on if you won the point or not.
See, Hyakustar already trying to spurg out because I won.
Yeah, no, because Hyakustar's right. Hyakustar's definitely correct on this. Like, on God.
I mean, because Goji never really contended on why, on the point that Goofy made, where he said that my knowledge would supersede yours, and
And I
everything.
asked him to justify that. No,
Oh,
I
but his
asked him to
existence?
justify that. I asked him to justify
I
that, and he
gave
didn't
a
contend to that.
reasonable
And
justification.
I got you on going circular.
No, you
Never-
asked me to repeat it, and I kindly repeated it for
I
you.
didn't ask you to.
Never
I didn't ask you to repeat it. You repeated it
Okay,
yourself.
so you're acknowledging his existence by engaging in a dialectic with him.
No, I have schizophrenia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I
No,
can
you're
prove
not. You're not Dookie.
in this VC that this person exists. Other people can say, oh, this person exists, right? Independent of your consciousness.
Okay, but how do I know any of you exist on the contrary? There's
Okay,
no
why should
proof
we
that
take like
any,
your internal...
there's no proof that any of you are separate beings from myself.
To you?
Yo, this guy must have like studied my Rex or something. This is just my rat. Like, what the fuck?
He must have. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Liar.
I've never
This is-
debated Hyakustar in my entire life.
This is literally the rat that I slaughtered Goji with. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Can I just
Oh
time
yeah,
out
that is the
Chikara?
exact.
Can I just time out Chikara if he's not going to
Go
VC?
ahead.
Like, he
Go
keeps
ahead.
doing this. It's so annoying. I'm just going to time him out, honestly. It's just so annoying.
Anyways, move on to the next point.
Yeah, you can time him out.
Yeah.
Move on to your
what's-
scaling.
Technically, his scaling was first. I already gave my scaling.
I mean, yeah, but you still failed to prove that you're scaling.
What scaling did you give, Goofy? Just to double check.
He was the first one. The only thing he gave.
I'm not asking you, Goji. I'm asking Goofy.
No. I can answer for him because I saw
Well,
it.
Well,
no,
I'm asking him.
because
I'm not.
I would
you
rather
don't have to
not
answer for
a
him.
Neanderthal arguing for a genuine person.
Now, what was the scaling you gave? Just to double
I
check.
felt the need for giving scaling was non-existent given the fact that I was arguing against a person who does not exist.
Yeah, okay, and we already discussed how that doesn't go through.
Like,
Well,
I mean, you never concluded your reasoning as to why it doesn't go through.
Exactly.
I just did by engaging in a dialectic with him.
Yeah,
and I confirmed I have schizophrenia.
He asserted that
Right?
that
Why
it,
should we take your word that you have schizophrenia?
because it's under his framework. He's the person in question.
Exactly.
Wait, you think people are like incapable of dishonesty? You think we should take everything that is stated to be true?
I mean, if you're engaging with dialectic with him, and he's the one who asserted the fact that Goji could just not exist and he would supersede his knowledge, then we should take his word for his personal worldview over, your view of him lying. I think it's just most logical to assume that he's correct under his own worldview.
Oh my
but
God,
why should we
Goji! Oh
take
my,
his own worldview to be like
wait a minute.
superseding?
I need to tell
any, like,
Goji this.
any
Say
other...
Every
something
time
and
someone
I'll
goes
actually
against
rape
you,
you.
that's not them dick eating you. Like, please stop it. It's so annoying. You gotta stop it. Like, I don't know why you think, oh, every time someone's against you, they must be wrong or they must be hating you. Like, oh my God, it's so annoying. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop complaining about it. Like, if you have an issue with it, then debate Hyakustar. If you don't, if you can't debate him, then just shut up about it. Like, oh my God.
Okay, McLovin, go ahead and say that one more time.
What part do you want me to repeat exactly?
The last part before they started spurging out against each other.
Yeah, you'd have to be more specific.
Okay, but so basically, what I had said before is, it's most logical to assume that he's correct about his own worldview, then take your assertion as to how he's lying, or something like that.
I never asserted that he was lying. I just gave it as like an alternative interpretation.
I mean,
said
Nigga, what?
let's give it as like another possibility.
I mean, yeah, but
You
like,
have to raise that possibility of being true, kid.
Okay, Simon, shut up. That could
I'm
that could
stating that the possibility of him
yeah,
being
that's
everything
that,
he says being true is not the only possibility. That's all I'm saying.
that and my statement
In
could
that
exist
instance.
like in each other, because I'm giving what I find to be sufficient reasoning as to why he wouldn't be lying and he would be telling the truth under his own worldview.
What are we talking about, bro?
Well, and your justification is that he has knowledge of his own worldview?
Yes. and you don't have knowledge
Yeah,
about
you
his
can know something and still lie about it. What?
Okay, yeah, that's great, but he has more knowledge of his worldview than you have of his worldview. So it's
Yeah, okay,
most logical.
yeah. So we should just take it so that like if someone says they're not lying, they're just not lying.
My bad, I lagged.
If they're more knowledgeable on the topic than you are, then I think it's just most logical to assume that they're more correct than you are, unless you have some sort of
What?
sufficient reasoning as to
Not
believe why they're
necessarily.
lying.
What?
And you can't just say, "Oh, you could be lying, therefore you're wrong." I mean, if they have more knowledge about something than you, then it's just most logical to assume that they're correct on it. No.
Okay, wait. So if I like make up some like insanely like nonsensical batshit like religion, right? Makes no sense at all. And someone says, "Oh, what? This is obviously not true, right?" I'm more right about the religion being true than they are because I know more about it.
If given in the
Well,
context, the
no.
person, okay, shut up. If given in the context, the person that is taking the negation of your religion or the religion that you're asserting is true, they have no sort of reasoning or justification why it would be incorrect. And you have some sort of justification as to why it would be correct, then yes, it would be most logical to assume that you are correct compared to them.
I just gave. Oh my god! In the hypothetical, there is justification.
Okay, yes, but you have no justification as to why he would be lying. You have justification as to why he could be lying, but I gave justification as to why it's more logical to assume that he's telling the truth than he is lying.
Again, that was the point of the analogy, to debunk that point.
I don't
You're just
understand.
circular reasoning now because you're presupposing that
Yeah,
my
but
point is incorrect because your previous point is correct.
you're giving a false equivalent because you're
How
asserting
is it a false equivalence?
because in your analogy, the person that's taking the negation of your assertion has knowledge and reasoning and some sort of justification as to why your religion is wrong, where you don't have any sort of justification as to why he's lying.
Again, it's just begging the question. Like,
I don't think I'm making a question. I think this is a perfectly fine.
that's one question. You're just repeating the same thing.
Yeah, because you obviously don't seem to be understanding it because you're giving some sort of false
Okay,
equivalent.
no. Your rebuttal to my analogy that rebukes your premise, right, is literally predicated on upon the fact that your premise is true.
It's really not.
I mean, okay.
Can you go into depth on that?
I think I gave sufficient reasoning. I mean, Palantir, you agree to Palantir to like say like who won on that?
Oh, sure.
I wasn't tracking at all. You guys are gonna have to just give me like a
Okay,
quick
anybody tracking?
rundown of what you guys were arguing about.
We are retracking.
No, I was in the bathroom.
I mean, if you guys if you want, repeat what you said and I'll track it. This
Honestly,
time.
we should just back out of this because this isn't even our debate.
Yeah.
Also, Simon, don't put my name next to Goji's, bro. That's like hella disrespectful.
I mean, if you want me to, I can, but like, I guess it's just like kind of futile. But I do think Goofy won the point though. So.
What was the topic? What was the topic?
So Goofy and Goji are debating on like Unicron versus somebody.
Heisei Godzilla, that's
some
who he's using.
corny Godzilla. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
And then
no, the crazy thing is Goji's not using Godzilla this time.
Wow. Goji, you're a race traitor. Anyways.
Goofy said, like, can you give justification as to why you exist? My worldview supersedes yours, because you don't exist and you don't have any knowledge. Therefore, my premise is more correct than yours. Therefore, I win. And then Goji never like argued that. And then
they actually both agreed to move on from that point.
I don't think that's relevant to the. Okay,
I just said like this is not relevant. Can you move on? And they both agreed to move on from the point.
Even if that were to be the case and that goes through, I don't think your existence would be relevant to the truth index of a premise.
Yeah,
right?
But in his argument, he specifically stated that my worldview would supersede yours. Therefore, my premise is more correct than yours. Therefore,
well, that's just not the case though. Like,
I mean, that's what he had started, and Goji had agreed to it in some.
That's some like shit, like meta.
I guess if they agreed to like go forward and that it was irrelevant, then it doesn't matter.
You guys. So wait, is the debate over, or are you guys still like debating on this?
No, they just won 1 point. So Goji,
that shit's corny, dude. Move it on, bro.
Bro,
Just like your shit.
Bro, just use scaling, bro, for if you have any scaling. Do
I
And
it.
don't.
also, you don't have any scaling. Give scale. Got it.
Okay, so the
Mm.
debate basically is over then.
I mean, I still think.
Okay, so I mean, I guess they could give like their. Well, they already gave their conclusions, right?
Yeah, they pretty much
Wait,
did upon that point,
so
but it may as well have been the whole debate since that was like the only point.
Yeah. Okay.
wait, do we just consider McLovin and Hyakustar like both judges since they kind of debated on judgment, or will we need another judge as in like an intermediary?
I think McLovin's fine as an old.
I
think
think we
McLovin's
need. I
fine.
think we need another judge to be.
Bro, you're just saying that because I didn't say you won.
I could continue my argumentation for why Goofy won because I do think he won like.
Bro,
I
why
mean, you're just
can't we
gonna
just
be going circular
run with
again. That's
one
all you're
judge?
doing.
It's
If
fine.
one of, if from what, okay,
We
so from
don't
what you
need
gave me,
multiple
I
Well,
judges
would,
for a
because it's
debate.
obviously shown
okay,
that
bro,
your judge.
holy shit, you're black as fuck, dude. I can
Okay,
hear it. I can
Bro's
hear
just
the
saying that
black in
because he
you.
didn't
Anyways,
win. That's cool.
you
I
saw.
think he like addressed more substantial points than Goji did, and I think
I
he
just,
voted.
I just,
You know,
I
you know what?
if
Let's just save the wreck, and then ultimately we can have Planey judge on like who's more valid between me and you, Hyakustar, and then that way we can figure out
All right,
who won.
wait,
You
what's
agree?
going on? What's going on?
I mean, okay,
okay,
okay.
because listen, I will say, let me talk. Let me say something. So from what I heard from what you said, Hyakusar, I'm not gonna
You want
lie.
me to say
Not
it?
only is that shit completely irrelevant to the topic, I mean, unless
Yeah,
it's
right,
like,
I agree with that. I agree with that. Like, I agree with that. I wasn't aware that they both agreed that was irrelevant, but I do think that he won a substantial point later on in the debate that I think
oh,
would make
you're gonna
him.
have to tell me what that is. But okay,
Okay,
all right, I'm gonna mute him.
so
Bro,
so
can
when
we just
Goofy.
save the wreck and then go over that through the wreck?
Okay, well,
Yeah,
right, but
let's take the wreck.